I'm Ken Spector from livingecho.com, and I'm doing a test drive today. And I'm here with, what is your name?
My name is Ryan Hardy.
Nice to meet you, Ryan. What do you do with Honda?
I'm an engineer with Honda Research and Development in the Hydrogen Fuel Cell Vehicle Development Program.
Okay. And what is this car that we're driving today?
This is the Honda FCX Clarity. This is the first fuel cell car to be uniquely designed and built from the ground up to be a fuel cell car. And as such, we're able to take advantages of the unique fuel cell vehicle packaging, components, and layout to develop what we think is a very consumer-friendly and appealing car.
Okay, so this is a hydrogen car.
This is a hydrogen car, completely refueled by hydrogen. That's the only fuel that goes into this car is hydrogen gas.
Okay, so I'm sitting, it's very comfortable. Now, in order to start the car, it's the same process as I would any gasoline combustion engine car. So I turn
the key
this on.
And push the power button.
So at the same time? Okay,
Yep.
Here we go.
Just like that, now it's running.
Okay, so what is that humming noise?
The humming noise, the way the fuel cell works, the fuel cell stack is right here in the middle of the car.
Okay.
A fuel cell takes air from the atmosphere and combines it with hydrogen from the hydrogen tank.
Mm-hmm.
And so that gets combined in here.
Okay.
The air, that humming sound that you hear is an air pump pushing air into the fuel cell stack.
Okay.
It then makes electricity that drives the car. So this is a pure electric car driven by electricity from the fuel cell stack.
Okay, and the fuel cell stack is right here?
The fuel cell stack is right here.
Wow.
Now this is one of the unique things with this car that we did, to put the fuel cell stack in the center tunnel, which then, we can make a very short front end of the car and get very big cabin space.
Okay.
So with the fuel cell vehicle platform, we can make cars that are big on the inside, kind of small on the outside. This is smaller than an Accord outside, but bigger than an Acura RL inside.
Oh, nice.
And we can do that with a fuel cell platform.
So this is a little bit different than I'm used to. So
Sure.
we're going to, actually I have to put in reverse first to
Sure.
get out of here. So, reverse?
It's just an electric switch.
Wow, so we have a camera,
Yeah.
a camera in the back, so I can see whether I don't even have to look back there, do I? Okay, terrific. So let me back up a little bit. So let me put this into drive.
Yep.
Oh, I see there.
Yep.
Okay, so we have the indicator over here.
Yep.
So I see that we're in drive. I'm used to shifting over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're good. Here we go. Wow, nice hum.
That whirring you hear is the sound of both the electric motor and the gear reducer.
Okay.
One of the neat things with electric cars is they do have these slightly different sounds to them.
Okay.
But they're very quiet. And the reason you can hear them is you don't have a lot of engine noise or exhaust noise to mask the kinds of sounds that you would have.
Very nice. Okay, let's take a right turn.
Now scrolling on the dash, you have a blue graph that shows your fuel cell power.
The blue graph.
So kind of
Okay, I see
scrolling
it.
around there.
Okay.
We'll turn right on forward here.
Right forward.
And there's a green graph that shows your battery power. And that kind of just shows then how the power plant is mixing power from the lithium-ion battery and the fuel cell to deliver to the motor. The battery's under the rear seat. This is actually the first fully FMVSS certified vehicle in the United States with a lithium-ion battery as the hybrid battery pack.
As far as sustainable materials, what are the materials in the car made of?
This material here is called biofabric. This is actually made out of cornstarch.
Cornstarch.
And so it's
it's edible.
a renewable process.
So can I eat this?
I
Probably not.
don't know. There's been a lot of people touching it.
With a little butter, maybe, or a little oil.
Yeah, maybe a little butter pan fry.
Yeah.
It'd be delicious. Most of the other, plastics, are very highly recyclable materials, and we do have, our own internal standards for recyclability. The body of the car is steel. Again, very recyclable material.
Okay.
Door panels, hood are aluminum, which again is very recyclable. So that is, of course, something that we look at when we build these cars, is the entire environmental footprint of the production and manufacturing.
How does the environmental footprint of this car compare with a battery-powered car or a biodiesel car?
It's a very interesting question. So, of course, even with battery power or biodiesel or hydrogen, it depends on where your fuel comes from. And so we'll take a right. So with a battery power car, for instance, versus this car, most hydrogen today comes from natural gas.
Okay.
Steam methane reforming of natural gas. If you compare a battery car plugged in the California grid, where most electricity comes from natural gas, and compared to this car performs better.
Wow.
If you compare, of course, say a solar panel to a solar panel produced hydrogen, the greenhouse gas is the same, but the battery car uses less total electricity. For biodiesel, I'm not sure. I don't know. I've never done the math on that, but I would suspect it depends on your source of biodiesel and the land use changes associated with the production of the biodiesel. What we can do with this car, though, is that even though today the primary source is natural gas, compared to, say, another mid-size gasoline car, the greenhouse gas emissions of this are about 60% reduced.
Wow.
Compared to a hybrid car like the Ford Fusion or a Camry hybrid, we're about 40% reduced. And so, even making hydrogen from natural gas, we have a huge reduction in the greenhouse gas footprint. And we have the ability to make hydrogen from renewable sources. So as we increase the amount of renewable hydrogen in the fuel mix, we can bring the environmental footprint of these cars close to zero.
Oh, great. How many hydrogen stations are there throughout the United States, or in Los Angeles and then throughout the United States?
There's varying degrees of consumer friendliness of hydrogen stations. So some of them are like private fleet stations. Like at Honda R&D headquarters, we have 3, or 2 that are main stations and 1 kind of like a little station. And so if you include all of those, there's over 100 stations in the United States. But we lease this car to real customers who pay money to lease this car. They can't just show up at Ford's R&D headquarters and expect to get hydrogen. So if you're talking about big, publicly accessible, consumer-friendly hydrogen stations, then in the Los Angeles area there are 2 commercial stations. One of them is actually here in Santa Monica Boulevard and Federal. It's owned by Shell.
I've seen that one.
Yeah. So there's 2 in the LA area. There will soon be another in Torrance, and within a couple of years there'll be about 6 more. And so those are available to our customers in the LA area.
And how much right now does it cost to lease? You said
$600 per month.
And that includes what?
That includes the vehicle insurance, maintenance, and unlimited mileage. Right now, the customer is responsible for finding their own fuel, but most stations actually do not charge for it today. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hydrogen's free
so
for now.
Technically, hydrogen's free.
Terrific.
But soon, of course, they'll be charging, and the image is about $5 per kilogram is kind of the going rate.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Hey, take care.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.